I'll click the Explore Form Events button, which brings up a form we've created which displays information about the form and its events. You can see that before I even do anything with the form, 4 events have occurred. The Resize event, that is when the form gets its size set, the Move event, where it gets located where it's going to display on the screen, the Load event, because it's been loaded, and the Activate event, because it's become active. If I switch away from it and then back to it, we get deactivated and activated events. If I click on the form, we get a click event. If I double-click, we get both click and double-click events. What that means is you probably won't have code react to both click and double-click on a form, because if you do, how can you tell which one occurs? Well, you're in a click event. How can you know there's also going to be a double-click or not? It gets too confusing. Finally, we have also the Resize event occurs when I manually resize the form. How is this all happening? There are obviously other things we'll look at, but if we look at the code for that form, let's view the code. Here you'll find at the top a clear items procedure which clears everything from the list. That must have gotten called when I clicked that button to clear stuff. We have multiple overloaded versions of the display item method. This one takes a single parameter, so we just display it in the 0th position in the items collection of the list box. If we pass in 2 parameters, the first one must be a template, the second one a replacement value for that template, and we'll use string.format to create the output. If there are 3 items, our template has 2 placeholders and we provide both of those. If there are 3 parameters, we specify the 3 placeholders plus our template and we fill in those values. You'll notice for the form events we have a simple call to display item to display which event just got called. Here we go. All those are very simple. For other events, we might have other parameters. Here, for example, on the mouse page mouse down event, we have a template and some replacement parameters. All of the event handlers we'll look at work just this way, displaying information on that form. Now for the mouse move event, there are too many events, too many instances of the event occur, so we have a checkbox on our form we'll use to say if the checkbox is checked, then add the handler, otherwise remove the handler and clear the items, because otherwise we'll get too much stuff in our list box. Here's our mouse move event handler, key down event handler. We'll look at all these events a little later on. There's also code here that deals with validating input, and we'll look at validating at the end of this section. In any case, that's what this form consists of, just a bunch of calls to display item to display information about the various events of the form and controls on the form within the list box on the form. If you want to debug events, this is the simplest way to do it. Just display information somewhere about the various events and see exactly when they occur and in what order.